people, right? And he made 2 people. Does anybody know the first 2 people God made? Who was the first 2 people God made? Adam and Eve. Okay, somebody here. Adam and Eve. Okay. They sinned. They did something against God. They did something bad, right? And so ever since then, we are all sinners. We all do things that aren't right, right? Me, Brother Aaron, you guys, everybody, we do. All through time, as the years went by, people tried to do sacrifices to be right and holy with God, to make up for their sins and things they've done. And they were doing sacrifices and they were doing all kinds of things and trying to live by rules. But God said he had a plan that was better than that. Do you know that? God said, I am going to make it to where people who are sinners can come to me and have a relationship with me, and I'm going to forgive them. He sent his son. He sent his holy, perfect son. Does anybody know what his holy, perfect son's name was? You in the blue. Jesus. Okay. Jesus was his son. And Jesus came to earth and he was holy. He didn't do anything wrong. Can you imagine that? Living a life not doing anything wrong? He was God's son and he didn't do anything wrong. He lived here for 33 years. And our verse says, then one of the 12, whose name was Judas, went to the chief priests and said, what will you give me if I deliver him over to you? And they paid him 30 pieces of silver. And from that moment, he sought an opportunity to betray him. So there were some people that didn't like Jesus. And Judas saw a way to make money. And this is about Jesus having his last meal with his friends. And it says, and as they were eating, Jesus took the bread after he had blessed it. We have a little piece of bread in that cup. And he broke it and he gave it to the disciples and said, take, eat, this is my body. And he took the cup, and when he had given thanks, he gave it to them and said, drink of it, all of you, for this is my blood of the covenant, which is poured out for many for the forgiveness of sins. I tell you, I will not drink again of this fruit of the vine until the day when I drink it new with you in my Father's kingdom. And again, he denied it with an oath. I don't know that man. After a little while, the bystanders came up and said to Peter, certainly, you too are one of them, for your accent betrays you. Then he began to invoke a curse on him and swear, I don't know the man. And immediately the rooster crowed. Make your best rooster noise. Okay. So the rooster crowed, and Peter remembered the saying of Jesus, before the rooster crows 3 times, before the rooster crows, you will deny me 3 times. And Peter wept bitterly. He cried. Pilate said, I'm going to wash my hands of this. He didn't want anything to do with it. He didn't want to be connected with it, right? So the crowd was saying, crucify Jesus, crucify Jesus. They wanted him to kill him. And Pilate said, I washed my hands of it. So it says, when Pilate saw he was gaining nothing, but rather that a riot was beginning, he took water and he washed his hands before the crowd, saying, I am innocent of this man's blood. See to it yourselves. And it says they put a scarlet robe on him. And then we're going to talk about what else they put on him in the next one. All right. They also put a crown on his head. Who likes crowns? Go to Burger King, you get the crown on your head or whatever, right? It's sparkly gold. But this wasn't a pretty crown. Do you know that? So they put a crown made out of thorns on his head. Do you think that hurt? I think it did too. Yeah, they weren't nice to him. They hurt him, didn't they? And we're going to read, it says, there they crucified him with 2 others, one on either side, Jesus between them. Pilate wrote an inscription and put it on the cross and read, Jesus of Nazareth, King of the Jews. So they crucified him and they put him on a cross. Do you know how they got him on the cross? How did they hook him up there? Do you know? With needles, not needles. Nails. They nailed him. They put nails, probably they think right here, because that's where the bones would hold. And they put them in his hands and on his feet. His ankles and his feet. Do you think that hurt? Yeah, that they nailed him to a cross. On a hyssop branch is what they put it on, and they held it to his mouth. When Jesus received the sour wine, he said, "It is finished." And he bowed his head, and he gave up his spirit, and he died. Okay, well, it says, when evening came, there was a rich man from Arimathea named Joseph, who was a disciple of Jesus. He went to Pilate and asked for the body of Jesus. Then Pilate ordered it to be given to him, and Joseph took the body and wrapped it in a clean linen shroud and laid it in his new tomb, which he had cut in the rock. And he rolled a great stone to the entrance of the tomb and went away. And what did they put in front of the tomb? A stone, a big rock, right? Yeah. It says, so they went and made the tomb secure by sealing the stone and setting a guard. So they sealed the stone. They put stuff around the stone so it wouldn't move, right? Could Jesus have gotten out of there? No. First of all, he was dead, right? Yeah, and secondly, they sealed it up, and they put a guard out there. They wanted to make sure that nobody messed with it, right? Mary and Mary, two Marys, they went to go to Jesus' tomb, and they were going to go see it, put some stuff on it. They had spices they put down. And it says, behold, there was a great earthquake. Who told me there was going to be an earthquake?
Earthquake.
Yeah! You guys were telling me about it. There was a great earthquake. For the angel of the Lord descended from heaven and came and rolled back the stone and sat on it. His appearance was like lightning, and his clothing was white as snow. And for fear of him, the guards trembled and became like dead men. But the angel said to the women, do not be afraid, for I know that you seek Jesus who was crucified. He is not here, for he has risen. Everybody say, he has risen. He has risen. Okay, he has risen. Woo! This is the most exciting part of the story. I get all excited when I read this. Jesus, he came, and he lived, and he died that horrible death that we just talked about, right? For my sin and your sin, every bad thing that any of us have ever done, right? He did. But did he stay dead? No! 3 days, and then what happened? He rose, right? It was empty. The tomb was empty, and just like that egg was empty, and the tomb was empty. He is risen. And that's why we have Easter. Woo! So when you get number 12 egg, you say, he is risen.
He is risen.
Woo! All right, celebrate. Yeah.
I said, is everybody ready?
Yeah!
On your mark.
Pick up your egg. Get up. Put it in here. There you go. Look at all these. Okay, are we done?
Cute little egg. Look at this one. Jesus said, I'm gonna go to church.
Okay, very good. You didn't pick out 2 times.
I got seats inside.
Yeah, let me take it.
Oh, what's that mean?
Remember when Mary went there?
Come over here. I can just go down. Okay, and
What does that mean?
I